What if I told you that the key to unlocking your greatest potential lies in one simple thing: your ability to stay calm no matter what life throws at you? Imagine a life where no matter how chaotic, stressful, or uncertain things get, you remain steady. Imagine feeling a quiet confidence in your decisions, knowing that no matter the outcome, you can handle it. That is the power of calmness. But here's the truth. Calmness is not just something you are born with, it's something you can learn, something you can train your mind to achieve. And when you master it, nothing can shake you. The world is loud. The noise of expectations, deadlines, and obligations can drown you if you let it. We live in a time when stress is a constant companion, and it's easy to feel overwhelmed. But here's the thing you might not realize. While the world around you is rushing, you have the power to slow down. You have the ability to create moments of peace in the chaos. When you find calmness, you find clarity. You see things for what they truly are, not clouded by fear, panic, or anxiety. You make decisions that are deliberate and thoughtful, not rushed or driven by emotion. It's a superpower that we all have access to, but few of us truly tap into. And the truth is, this ability can transform your life in ways you can't even imagine. Think about it for a moment. How many times have you let stress control you? How many times have you reacted out of anger, fear, or frustration, only to look back and regret it? Maybe you snapped at someone you care about or made a decision you later regretted. Those moments come from not being in control of your mind. But what if you could change that? What if you could train yourself to be the calm in your own storm? When you can stay calm, you become unstoppable. Challenges that would normally send you spiraling no longer have that power over you. You rise above the chaos, not because you don't face problems, but because you face them with composure. Your emotional state doesn't depend on the circumstances. You control your emotions, not the other way around. That's a level of strength that can change everything in your life. Your relationships, your work, your health, your happiness. Most people are unaware of just how much power they have within them to stay calm. It's not a trait reserved for a select few. It's a skill that anyone can learn with practice. The beauty of it is that when you begin to train your mind, the rewards come quickly. You start to notice the shift immediately. You handle pressure better. You make wiser choices. You find that your energy doesn't get wasted on stress, but is instead directed into meaningful action. You begin to lead with a sense of inner peace that others will notice. Staying calm is not about avoiding emotions or pretending that everything is fine. It's about being able to acknowledge those emotions and not letting them dictate your actions. You become an observer of your own mind rather than a prisoner to it. Imagine in the midst of a crisis, remaining steady and clear-headed, knowing that the best way to navigate through it is to stay grounded. That is the true power of calmness. It allows you to take control of any situation, no matter how unpredictable it may be. And here's the reward you don't want to miss. This ability, once cultivated, becomes a catalyst for success in every area of your life. You will no longer be a victim of stress. You will no longer feel overwhelmed by the weight of the world. Instead, you will be the one who moves through life with a quiet confidence, fully equipped to handle whatever challenges come your way. In a world that constantly pushes you to react and rush, your ability to stay calm will set you apart. And in the end, it will be your calmness, your resilience, your clarity of thought that leads you to the life you've always wanted. So ask yourself this: what would it feel like to never be shaken again? To face life's storms with unwavering strength, knowing that you are in complete control of your mind. It's possible. And today, right now, you can start training yourself to become the calm in your own life. The reason why calmness feels so elusive to so many people is because deep down, we're wired for chaos. From the moment we are born, our minds are trained to react. It's a survival instinct. When something threatens us, our brain is hardwired to trigger a fight-or-flight response. This natural instinct was once a gift. It kept our ancestors alive in dangerous situations. But in today's world, that same instinct works against us. Our brains don't differentiate between real threats and the stress of modern life. The pressure at work, the bills piling up, a disagreement with a loved one. Your brain sees it all the same way. As a result, you react instead of responding. The problem is, reacting only brings more chaos. But here's the good news. You can retrain your brain. You can break free from the reflexive responses that drain your energy and disrupt your peace. It starts with awareness, understanding that your mind is not the enemy. It's simply trying to protect you, but it often does so in ways that aren't necessary. Once you realize this, you can begin to take back control. The key is learning how to pause before reacting. When life feels like it's spinning out of control, that single moment of pause, that brief second of awareness, gives you the power to choose your response instead of being controlled by your impulses. In moments of stress, the key is to slow things down. Your thoughts, your emotions, they all feel like they're happening at lightning speed. But if you can take a step back, even just for a few seconds, you will find that you have the space to choose. It's like taking a deep breath in the middle of a storm. You are giving yourself the opportunity to see things clearly. This practice of pausing, of creating that space between stimulus and response, is the first step in training your mind to stay calm. This is where true power lies, the ability to respond rather than react. It's not about suppressing your emotions or pretending everything is fine. It's about acknowledging what you're feeling without letting those feelings dictate your actions. It's about giving yourself the freedom to choose the best course of action rather than being swept away by knee-jerk reactions. And once you learn how to do this, once you learn how to stay calm in any situation, you begin to operate at a higher level. You begin to take control of your life, your choices, your destiny. Now imagine being able to face life's biggest challenges with this level of control. The financial setbacks, the personal conflicts, the difficult decisions, none of them feel like they have the power to knock you down anymore. Why? Because you have the clarity of mind to approach them strategically, to break them down and make decisions from a place of peace instead of panic. When you're calm, your mind works for you, not against you. You start to see solutions instead of problems. You begin to act with purpose and intention, not based on fear or uncertainty. But how do you build this resilience? It's not an overnight process. Just like any skill, it requires practice. And it all starts with the way you treat your mind. You wouldn't expect to run a marathon without training, right? Your mind is no different. To build mental strength, you need to start conditioning it daily. This is where the true power of calmness reveals itself through consistent, deliberate practice. It's about taking small, intentional actions every day that rewire your brain to remain steady in moments of stress. Every time you practice, you strengthen your ability to stay calm. Think about it. When was the last time you practiced stillness? When did you take a moment to center yourself amidst the noise of life? If it's been a while, it's time to start. Begin with something simple, just a few moments of mindfulness. Pay attention to your breath, your body, and your thoughts. This is how you begin to reprogram your brain to stay calm. It's not about eliminating stress or eliminating problems. It's about training yourself to handle them in a way that doesn't cause you to lose your peace. This practice will take you further than you can imagine. The more you exercise your ability to stay calm, the more you build resilience. You won't be rattled by setbacks. You won't crumble under pressure. You will remain steady, grounded, and strong no matter what life throws at you. And as you continue to grow in this skill, you'll notice something extraordinary. The world around you starts to shift. People will look at you with a sense of awe. How do you stay so calm, so composed, even when everything seems to be falling apart? The truth is, when you master the art of calmness, you don't just change how you handle situations. You change how the world responds to you. You become magnetic. People are drawn to your steadiness, your confidence, your resilience. In times of crisis, they'll turn to you, not because you have all the answers, but because they know you can handle anything with grace and poise. And this, ultimately, is the reward of training your mind to stay calm, not just a sense of personal peace, but a life where you are in control. You take the driver's seat, no longer a passenger in the back seat of your emotions. You lead your life, not by reacting to what happens around you, but by responding thoughtfully to what happens within you. And when you do this, you step into a level of power that's unmatched, because true strength is never found in how much you can handle, it's found in how calmly you can handle it. When you begin to understand the power of calmness, something incredible happens. You start to realize that it's not just about staying calm in the easy moments, but in the hardest ones. Life will test you. It will push you to the edge, throw unexpected obstacles your way, and challenge your limits. But with each challenge comes the opportunity to rise, to prove to yourself that no matter how intense the storm, you can remain unshaken. The true test of calmness isn't when everything is going right, it's when everything is falling apart. That's when your ability to stay grounded, centered, and composed truly becomes your greatest asset. When things go wrong, when the pressure builds, that's when most people lose control. Their minds spiral, their emotions take over, and they act from a place of panic. But this is where your practice of calmness will set you apart. When everything feels chaotic, you'll be the one who steps back, takes a breath, and asks yourself, what's the best way to handle this right now? You won't let your emotions dictate your decisions. Instead, you'll let clarity, thoughtfulness, and wisdom lead the way. This doesn't mean you suppress your feelings. It means you allow yourself to experience them without letting them control you. You are not your emotions. You are the one who chooses how to respond to them. This is the essence of mental strength, being able to sit with discomfort without letting it dictate your actions. The more you practice this, the stronger you become. Each challenge you face becomes a building block for your resilience, each setback an opportunity to prove to yourself that you can handle whatever comes your way with grace and power. One of the most powerful aspects of staying calm is how it allows you to access the best version of yourself. When your mind is racing, when your emotions are out of control, you cannot think clearly. Your judgment becomes clouded, your decisions impulsive, and your actions reactive. But when you cultivate calmness, you unlock a new level of clarity. Your mind clears. You begin to see solutions instead of problems. In those moments when others are panicking and reacting, you'll be the one who rises above, able to make decisions with confidence, knowing that you are acting from a place of calm, not fear. It's incredible what a difference this shift can make. The ability to stay calm in the face of adversity gives you the mental clarity to focus on what truly matters. When life throws challenges your way, you don't get overwhelmed by the noise. Instead, you zoom in on the most important actions you need to take. And that makes all the difference. Instead of wasting energy on stress, you focus that energy on finding solutions, on making progress, on moving forward. It's a mindset that turns problems into opportunities, setbacks into stepping stones. But let's be clear about something. Staying calm doesn't mean inaction. Calmness doesn't equate to passivity. Far from it. True calmness is not about sitting back and letting life happen to you. It's about remaining active, making decisions with purpose, and taking action with clarity. It's about facing life head-on with the unwavering belief that you have the strength to navigate through it all, no matter how intense the storm may be. When you're calm, you're not afraid to move forward. You're just smarter about how you do it. You don't let fear of the unknown stop you. You keep going, knowing that even if you fall, you'll be able to get back up again. In those difficult moments, when the world around you seems to be unraveling, it's your calmness that will carry you through. It will be your anchor, holding you steady when the waves of stress and uncertainty crash all around you. You'll begin to notice that the more you practice staying calm, the more resilient you become. It's as if the world becomes less daunting, the challenges less overwhelming. Each time you navigate through a tough situation without losing your cool, you build a deeper sense of inner strength. You start to realize that there is nothing you cannot handle. And that realization, that inner confidence, is priceless. The best part about this process is that every time you practice calmness, you become less reliant on external circumstances. You no longer need everything to be just right to feel at peace. You create peace within yourself, independent of the chaos around you. You stop waiting for life to calm down before you can find peace. Instead, you make peace the foundation of your life, and from that foundation, you build everything else. This is what true freedom feels like. Freedom from anxiety, from stress, from the constant pressure to react. Freedom to make decisions with a clear mind, to move through life with confidence and composure. And that's the kind of power that no external force can take from you. It's the kind of power that comes from within, the kind of power that can't be shaken by anything life throws at you. You don't just survive life, you thrive in it. By training your mind to stay calm, you are not only preparing yourself to face the challenges of today, but also to conquer the unknowns of tomorrow. You are building a foundation of strength, resilience, and clarity that will guide you through any storm. And in the end, when you look back, you'll realize that it wasn't the challenges themselves that made you stronger. It was your ability to remain calm in the face of them that truly empowered you to become the person you were always meant to be. As you grow in your ability to stay calm, something extraordinary starts to happen. You begin to notice how much control you truly have over your life. It's no longer about waiting for the perfect circumstances or the right moment. It's about making the decision right now to stay grounded no matter what comes your way. You start to realize that everything you need to face life's challenges has always been within you. The peace you've been seeking isn't something that exists outside of you. It's something that's always been there, waiting for you to claim it. The beauty of this practice is that it gives you something far more valuable than temporary relief or quick fixes. It gives you resilience. Resilience is the power to keep moving forward even when you feel like giving up. It's the strength to keep your head above water when the waves of life threaten to pull you under. And when you have the ability to stay calm in the face of adversity, resilience becomes second nature. You start to see that setbacks are not failures. They are simply part of the process. And each time you face a setback with composure, you become stronger, more equipped to handle the next challenge. But it's not just about getting through the hard times. The real power of staying calm is that it enables you to fully experience the present moment. When you're constantly reacting to stress, anxiety, or fear, you're not truly living in the present. You're living in the future, worrying about what could go wrong or what might happen next. But when you practice calmness, you let go of that constant worry. You free yourself from the mental clutter that keeps you from truly experiencing life as it unfolds. In those moments of stillness, you reconnect with the present. You begin to see things clearly, not through the lens of fear or stress, but with a sense of clarity and peace. This shift is transformative. It's the difference between simply surviving life and actually living it. When you are calm, you are more present with the people you care about. You listen more attentively. You respond with understanding and empathy, not with irritation or frustration. Your relationships deepen because you are no longer reacting from a place of stress. You are engaging from a place of peace. And as you nurture these deeper connections, you start to realize that the more calmness you cultivate within yourself, the more calmness you bring into the world around you. Imagine a life where you are not only calm in moments of stress, but also in everyday situations. What would it feel like to navigate your day without being constantly triggered by the small annoyances of life? No more feeling frazzled by minor setbacks. No more letting the little things control your emotions. Instead, you move through your day with ease, knowing that no matter what comes up, you have the ability to remain steady. This is the kind of peace that changes everything. It's the kind of peace that makes life feel effortless, even when it's not. And as you continue to develop this practice, you start to see the ripple effect it has on your life. Your calmness becomes a source of strength, not just for you, but for everyone around you. People start to notice the way you handle stress, the way you navigate challenges, and they begin to admire your composure. They will turn to you for guidance, because they see that you are someone who has mastered the art of staying calm. And in those moments, you'll realize that your calmness is not just a personal victory, it's a gift to the world. It has the power to inspire others to find peace within themselves. What's truly remarkable about this journey is that the more you practice calmness, the more you begin to tap into your own inner wisdom. In the midst of chaos, you don't just find peace, you find clarity. Your mind becomes sharper, more focused. You begin to make decisions with greater confidence and insight. What seemed like a challenge yesterday becomes an opportunity today. And as you continue to grow in this practice, you find yourself tackling problems with a sense of purpose, knowing that no matter how big the challenge, you are fully capable of overcoming it. The impact of staying calm doesn't stop with you. It extends to every aspect of your life. Your work, your health, your relationships, All of these areas begin to thrive because you have cultivated the inner strength to remain steady, no matter what comes your way. Your life becomes a reflection of the calmness you've built within yourself, and as this calmness grows, so does your power. You realize that you are not a victim of your circumstances. You are the creator of your reality. And the more you stay calm, the more you take control of your life. You have the ability to change the way you respond to the world. You can choose to be the calm in the storm, the steady force that remains grounded no matter what life throws your way. And with each moment of calmness you cultivate, you become more empowered to handle the challenges that lie ahead. So let go of the need to react. Let go of the fear that holds you back. Instead, choose to respond with clarity, with purpose, and with peace. Because when you stay calm, you open up the door to a life that is more powerful, more fulfilling, and more in your control than you ever thought possible. When you begin to understand the profound power of calmness, you start to see that the journey is not just about finding peace in the difficult moments. It's about consistently embodying that peace in every aspect of your life. It's easy to think that calmness is something you only need when things are going wrong, when the world is overwhelming, or when life feels like it's pushing you to the edge. But the truth is, calmness is a state of being that transcends the circumstances around you. It's not something you tap into only when you're stressed or struggling. It's something that you cultivate as a way of life, something that becomes a part of you, regardless of the external noise. This shift in perspective changes everything. When calmness becomes a foundation you stand on, rather than a temporary escape from chaos, it becomes an unwavering strength that you can rely on in any situation. It's no longer about reacting to stress or anxiety when it hits. It's about building a life where peace is your default setting. And this isn't something that just makes your life easier. It's something that unlocks deeper layers of strength and potential that you didn't even know you had. You begin to notice how much more capable you are when your mind is not clouded by stress. You see the world more clearly. You make decisions from a place of intention, not impulsivity. Think about the moments in your life when you've been at your best, when you felt the most focused, the most powerful, the most clear-headed. I can almost guarantee that in those moments, you weren't panicked or overwhelmed. You were calm, and in that calmness, you performed at your highest level. Your best work, your most powerful decisions, your most meaningful connections, they all happened when you were able to step back, breathe, and approach the situation from a place of inner peace. When calmness becomes your go-to response to life's challenges, you tap into a flow state, a state where everything you do feels effortless, where your mind and body work together in perfect harmony. This is the ultimate reward of practicing calmness. It allows you to perform at a level you never thought possible. When you aren't bogged down by emotional chaos or overwhelmed by pressure, your creativity flows. Your problem-solving skills sharpen. Your ability to think critically and clearly improves. You stop second-guessing yourself and start trusting your instincts. You become the best version of yourself because you're not distracted by the noise around you. You are centered, present, and fully engaged with whatever you're doing. And here's the thing about this kind of power. It's not fleeting. The more you practice calmness, the more it becomes ingrained in you, to the point where it becomes a part of your identity. You stop having to consciously remind yourself to stay calm because it becomes second nature. You won't need to search for your peace in the middle of a crisis because your peace will already be within you. The true power of calmness is not just that it allows you to handle difficult situations better, it's that it transforms the way you live your entire life. But this transformation doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, patience, and dedication. Every day you practice, you're building a muscle that grows stronger with every use. And just like any muscle, there will be moments of strain, moments when you don't feel like you're making progress. But in those moments, remember that the struggle is part of the growth. You won't always be perfect. There will be times when you get caught up in the storm, when you slip back into old patterns of reacting rather than responding. But that's okay. What matters is that you keep coming back to your practice, that you keep choosing calmness even when it feels difficult. The most important thing to understand is that this journey isn't about perfection, it's about progress. It's about continually showing up for yourself even when it feels hard. Each time you choose calmness, Even in the smallest of moments, you're creating a foundation of strength that will serve you for the rest of your life. With each choice, you build more resilience, more clarity, more confidence in your ability to handle whatever life throws at you. The more you practice, the easier it becomes to tap into that calm, powerful place within you, even in the face of the most intense challenges. And as you continue on this path, you'll begin to notice something truly remarkable. The world around you starts to shift. People will start to look to you for guidance, for support, because they see the steady strength you carry. They will begin to admire your ability to remain composed, to navigate chaos with grace and confidence. And here's the truth. Your calmness will inspire others to find their own peace. The power you cultivate within yourself becomes a beacon for those around you. Your energy, your presence, becomes a source of calm for others to draw from. This is how you create a ripple effect of calmness in the world. When you choose to stay calm, you don't just change your life, you change the lives of those around you. You create a positive impact that spreads far beyond yourself. And this is the real power of calmness. It doesn't just make you stronger, it makes the world stronger. It creates a space for others to rise, to find their own peace, and to step into their own power. So as you continue this journey, remember that calmness is not just a response to external events. It's a way of life, a powerful, transformative tool that allows you to step into your highest potential. And when you begin to live from this place of inner peace, you unlock a level of strength, clarity, and resilience that will carry you through anything. You become unstoppable. You become the calm in every storm. And in that calmness, you will find the strength to achieve everything you've ever dreamed of. When you fully embrace the power of staying calm, you step into a new level of self-mastery. This isn't just about handling difficult situations with grace. It's about taking control of your emotional state and no longer letting external forces dictate how you feel or how you react. You start to realize that your emotions are not something to be controlled by the events happening around you. Instead, you become the one who governs your emotional state. You are the master of your inner world. This realization is liberating. It frees you from the grip of stress, fear, and anxiety. You stop feeling helpless when challenges arise because you know that your calmness is your greatest ally. You no longer look to the outside world for validation, reassurance, or comfort. You no longer rely on the chaos of life to give you a reason to feel unsettled. Instead, you realize that your peace is always within you, accessible at any moment, regardless of your circumstances. This is the power of training your mind to stay calm. It allows you to take back control of your life and your emotions. When you stop reacting to life, you begin to respond to it. There's a big difference between reacting and responding. Reaction is driven by impulse, by the emotional triggers that come from within or from the environment around you. Response, on the other hand, is deliberate, intentional, and grounded. It's rooted in clarity and understanding. When you respond rather than react, you are in control of the outcome. You are not at the mercy of your emotions. You are not simply a puppet of your circumstances. Instead, you choose how to engage with the world. The power of this choice is immense. It's the ability to look at a challenging situation, and instead of getting swept up in it, you can take a step back, breathe, and approach it from a place of calm. This approach allows you to make decisions based on logic, wisdom, and clarity, not fear, anger, or panic. When your decisions come from a place of calm, they are more measured, more effective, and more aligned with your true desires. You stop letting your emotions dictate your actions. Instead, you act from a place of strength and focus. And here's the most extraordinary thing that happens when you consistently practice calmness. You start to see life differently. The world around you may be chaotic, but within you, there is peace. You begin to notice that the external noise that once consumed you no longer has the power to disturb your inner balance. You stop getting swept away by other people's emotions, by the stress of your job, by the pressure to perform, or by the expectations of others. You learn to stand firm, anchored in your own peace, no matter what happens outside of you. This shift in perception gives you a sense of liberation that is unparalleled. You are no longer a prisoner of your environment. You are free to choose how you respond, free to choose how you show up in the world. And when you begin to show up as the calm, composed person you've cultivated within yourself, you become a magnet for the things you desire. Opportunities seem to find you because you are clear and focused. Your relationships deepen because you are present and intentional. Your career thrives because you approach every challenge with a calm, confident mind.